Hello my little friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Shamali, and if you don't know me, I'm doing Animal Crossing videos, and today we are back on Felmenora, my Springcore island, which is inspired by fairy tales. And this build is actually not inspired by a fairy tale in itself, because it is my museum, so it is a plain Springcore build, which I am so in love with. But guess what? Oops! I did it again, and I sunkened my build. So I'm so sorry about this. I think this island is not Springcore anymore, but just Sunken Core. But yeah, so as you may know, I started from the resident service. There is my tulip field over there, and I really wanted to go back to the first level and stop being on the cliff. So I was like, what's best than using some swinging benches and make an overlook? And it actually took me a lot of time to think it through, and I did a lot of trial and error before being able to build this, because I didn't know how to end this cliff. I just knew I didn't want to continue on the cliff. So yeah, it took me a long time. And so then I placed the museum in a distance that was not too far and not too close, so I could have some space to decorate and also see it from the distance and have a lookout to the museum. But then I was like, it feels so naked. I think it's missing something around the museum. So guess what I did? I decided to add a cliff. I think you're seeing it for a whole minute now, but yeah, I decided to add a cliff, and by accident I made a sunken museum. I swear it was not in my plans to do that, but you know, sometimes you just go with the flow. You have like a creative strike, and then you're not thinking anymore, and you're just like into your whole world. And you may notice that I'm going back and forth sometimes to the stairs. It's just because I want to check how the view is, since it is kind of a walkable lookout or a view. So I really wanted to make sure that my view was beautiful, and that that it was still accessible, and it was still like looking at as I imagined at first, I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna let you enjoy my cliff building and my path placement, and then I'll be back. And as you can see, my path is not really straightforward. There are two reasons for this. The first one is because the museum doesn't match a it has a 3 tiles entrance. It is an even number of tiles, and it is never gonna be symmetrical with an incline. So to just like break this asymmetrical feeling, I decided to just like off-center it and have like a really zigzaggy path to go there. And I decided to also include some waterscaping, and so my path is really like flowing like a river and is being like surrounded by 2 water flows, which by the way were very painful to create. I don't know, at first I really wanted to have like a small water stream here and there, like really cute and cozy, nothing too big. Then I kind of like got too much into it, I would say, and like I was like, oh my goodness, I need to do this and that, and like I went overboard, and in the end I ended up with a mix in between a river and a sunken waterfall. I mean, it's not really a sunken waterfall, so I don't really know how to qualify this water stream, but for sure it was a weird a weird idea, which just went by my creative flow, and not planned either, or at least I did not envision this like this. And I just finished one side of the waterscaping and I'm working on the other side. And you will see that this other side was super complicated. Not here. I think I'm quite okay until the point I'm gonna reach the waterfalls. And the waterfalls, I am very happy with the shape and everything, how it looks on the cliff. It's just to link it to the water stream. I don't know what's gotten into me, but nothing was working out. I really wanted to have like around this shape and corner to really flow like a river, very like graceful or something. I don't know why I'm saying that water is graceful, but it is. And anyway, it was not computing and I tried so hard. In the end, I think I am quite satisfied with how it looks like, but for sure, it took me forever. So stick with me, I swear it is gonna render well. I decided to keep all my trials and errors, so you see that sometimes it is not as easy as it seems to build. And for sure, waterscaping I think is something that a lot of people struggle with. So let's embrace the fact that we are bad at waterscaping, and that's it. And even with being bad, we can still come up with beautiful things. So that's my message here. Don't be too hard on yourself. Sometimes it's not coming, and I'm sure with a lot of perseverance and patience, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve, because that's what I did here. So positive message being sent out there. And yeah, just before I continue, I just wanted to ask you to put a thumbs up to the video if you're enjoying what you're seeing right now. Thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed yet to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really does help me reach my goals. Thank you so much. And if you click the little bell button, you'll get notification for every new videos and every streams I am doing, so it is easier for you to keep up with my schedule this way. And now, of course, a Springcore build is very natural, so I had to incorporate some bushes and some trees. I decided to pre-grow my trees to the stage 1 at least, so that I could know if they would grow or not. This is always something as I'm wondering whenever I'm building near water and cliffs. It's just like, is it gonna grow or is it gonna be stuck? And yeah, this is not my strong point to know that, so I decided to pre-grow them at stage 1 and then I'll let them grow afterwards, but at least I know if they are placed in a correct spot or not. And of course, for the bushes, I went with the pink camellia as always. And now I am placing all my design patterns. By the way, I am placing all the design codes in the corner so you can access them in real life, in real time during the video. Hopefully, let me know in the comments if that suits you better or not. And yeah, for the museum, I didn't know what to do. I went with a simple museum. I went already with like a castle museum. I was a bit lost on what I should do, and I decided to go with the ruined arch and pillar and make it really like an overgrown museum, adding some greeneries to it. And also I think those ruined arch and pillars, they work really well with the style of the museum. You have those columns that are like matching on the museum and on the side, so I decided to make it a bit of abandoned feeling, even though it's not really an abandoned island at all. But I think this way it made it like a bit overgrown and maybe lost in the island, like in the greens of this island. And then I faced another struggle, is that I want my island to have like a really walkable flow and that you don't go back and forth. So I really wanted to have a path that would go and connect to the left part of my island, which is almost completed and getting there. So I decided to make a path that would connect, but it was all of a struggle, so I had a bit of an issue. And then I decided to use some glowing moss and some garden wagons also to make this island very overgrown and like very green. Because Springcore, I think this is the mood of a Springcore island, is really to go into the pastel colors, a lot of greens, a lot of like, it's when the nature is waking up. yada yada yada. So I really wanted to have this feeling that the build was really green and colorful and popping and full of life, if that makes any kind of sense. And then I am also gonna be adding a lot of bunnies on this build. I don't know why, I felt like I needed to place a lot of bunnies on the build, and I love it. And then I placed a little picnic area near the waterfall, and you may have noticed I changed the color of my cushion in between because I realized that this yellow was not suiting me and working very well with my aesthetic. So yes, I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of the decoration, and I'll pop back if I have something important to let you know. By the way, friends, let me know in the comments if whenever you're placing leaf piles or wheat fields, do you also feel the urge and the need to run through it and see the effect of it moving through your body? Because this is something I adore in builds, and I think this is the main part why I'm placing green leaves and wheat fields everywhere on my island, is just to run through them. So let me know if you also do the same or not. And at this point, I realized I completely forgot to place my glowing moss and my vines on my cliffs, which is kind of the main aesthetic of my island, or not the main, but I think it adds so much on the natural touch inside, and I'm so in love with it. So I was like, how could I have forgotten my favorite items from the update? So I had to go back onto my cliffs and just like place a bit more of those items to make it overgrown, and I think it's working so well with those broken pillars and everything. Oh my goodness, I am really in love with those items and aesthetic. I am fangirling over those items from the update for so long now, but I think I'm not ready to stop fangirling about it. That's who I am. But I'm reaching the end of this video. I'm mainly gonna be decorating the back cliff now with some flowers to make it overgrown. The back cliff will be extended anyway in a future build, I think. But for now, I think it was enough for what I wanted to build. So that's mainly what I'm gonna be doing. So thank you so much for watching this video already. Don't forget to put a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like what you see. And click the little bell notification button if you want to get notified whenever I'm posting videos. Thank you so much and see you in the next video. Bye!